Hello everyone, Shinobi here once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So today I'm going to show a team that new players, early game players can use to clear Queen of Tides and Ash Magisteria using Eren as the team lead. Okay, so because Eren is available for everybody who have logged in, who have worked through the new Attack on Titan collaboration, they should be receiving Eren from the impending crisis. So I think he's kind of like free to play for everybody. And I'm also going to show a couple of free to play heroes that I'm going to use in this team comp that we can use to finish off Queen of Tides and Ash Magisteria, because Queen of Tides and Ash Magisteria are the most important dungeon for any new player. Okay, you'll go to assassin set, you'll go to other sets later on in the game, but for any new player and early game player, these two dungeons are a must. And even for end game, you know, like I still farm Everest gear, I still farm revival sets. So these two dungeons are very, very important, and we need to be able to do 12 as soon as possible. And the team that I'm going to show is going to help you out in finishing it off very, very quickly. Hey, before we move ahead with the video, let me remind all of you, please like my videos. Just click on the like button, okay? And subscribe to my channel. It's free. You don't have to pay anything, but it encourages me in making more videos, and of course, helps me reach that monetization requirement of YouTube, okay? So help me with the analytics. Let's go ahead with the video. So you got Eren from Impending Crisis, and from Hero Synthesis, you can use Tia, and you can also use Santis. Of course, Santis is extremely free to play because you only have to use elite heroes to fuse her, to synthesize her. But Tia is a little bit not so free to play, yet she's much more achievable because you just have to use epics. So you are bound to get 1 epic for every 20 advanced summon you do. So you should be able to get one of these heroes, and you don't have to max get her to 6-star, but getting her to get her to 6-star ascended, but getting her to 2-star ascended is much more than sufficient. Okay, so let's quickly look at the gear that I'm using on these heroes. Okay, so this is my Eren. You must have seen him previously. I've just toned him down so that he doesn't have that high stats as I showed earlier, and just a little bit toned down, not too much. You do need him to be at around 4,200 to 4,300 attack with around 219 to 200 as high crit damage as possible. Somewhere around 150 speed, 152 speed is required for these dungeons because I'm doing at 12. So if you're doing something around 150, you don't need 150. I think like 146 would also be sufficient for him to clear up stage 12. I'm only showing stage 12, but you can scale those down to whatever flow you are in until you are able to farm them consistently, and then you can, you know, further improve them. So the gear that I've given is basically 6-star gear. As you are leveling up, as you are progressing within the game, you will be able to achieve that. When you reach stage 12, at least you'll be able to get the blue ones or the purple ones by stage 12. At the beginning, you will certainly be starting with 3-star or 4-star gear, and then graduate to 5-star, and then finally to 6-star. So this is the gear that I've given in completely attack set with, you know, the kind of, I don't want to use that one. The kind of stats that you can see here is basically achievable up to stage 12. Okay, it's not very high-end gear which you can use for stage 15 or 16, hell stage 15 or 16. Okay, so that's my Eren that I'm using. Then let's look at Tia. So as I said, if you're ascending Tia to if you're not even ascending, that's fine, because as you can see, I have not ascended her to 5. So her main skill comes when she is at 5, where you can, you know, ascend her to the 2nd level of her trait, but I have not ascended her to 5. I have got the heroes to do it, but I did not use her. And as far as Tia is concerned, she is pretty much an end game kind of hero. You can use her until the end of your in Diamond Arena. Even in Diamond Arena or in Platinum Arena, you can use her. You can use her in quite a lot of places, especially when the Void Tower hard rotation gets changed next month. Tia is going to show her power once more. Okay, so she is a really good hero, and I'm using her specifically because of her trait that is here. So her trait, she has got Frostbite over here. So when she hits somebody or when somebody takes a turn, she places this Frostbite on them, and that is counts as a debuff on them, and Eren likes it. He loves debuff. So in order to get his trait running, you do need this kind of debuff. Even the freeze is also counted as a debuff, and the freeze actually causes you to do more damage on that on the enemy. So Tia is very, very good for these two dungeons, okay? Because she's water element, she's very good with fire and Ash Magisteria, and because she's water element, she's neutral in Queen of Tides. So she's absolutely fine. If you have Natalia, that's good. I have no problem. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use Natalia if you have Natalia, but Tia is synergizes very well with Eren, okay? And then we have Santis over here. Again, I have toned down her gear. I did not want to showcase a gear that was at higher end. We don't need that kind of a gear for her at this moment. So she's got around 18,000 health. You do need a good health on her. As you go higher up in the dungeon, you need her to get more health because we don't want her to die off. She's got a very fast base speed, okay? So she's naturally fast, so you don't have to give her a lot you don't have to do a lot of effort to get her more speed, but I have kept her faster at 187 speed, and she has got around 89 focus. So up to 12 you don't need 90 focus or 100 focus is more than enough. I've got her at 89.5 and she still works there at stage 12. Okay, so that's my Santis over here. And then my final hero would be an elite hero. Okay, so let's quickly look at her. She is my favorite hero. She's my favorite elite, my Rosaria. Okay, so this is the gear. I've given her a revival set. I've given her a bit too much of stat. You don't need that kind of a stat over here. Okay, so I have given her a lot of focus, a lot of speed, a lot of health. You don't need that kind of a speed. 180. She just has to be faster than the rest of your team. So if you have her somewhere at around 230 speed, 190 speed, that should be sufficient. Just so that you're saying that, oh no, Shinobi, you have her too fast, I'll just remove a couple of gear on her. Okay, so just change, unequip. What's her speed now? She's got 22 health, 20,000 health. She's still 225 speed. We don't need her that fast. Let me tone her down a little bit more. Maybe no, I don't want to remove that. That will be like removing 50% of her speed. Yeah, just remove this one. Okay, so now her speed would be 212. She's still fast because I've got a speed boot on her. You can also give her a speed boot to get her to that speed. And she's got 19,000 health now instead of 25,000 health. So let's see if we can beat it. And she's got 89 focus. Okay, so the reason why I'm using her is that she's my budget Blackhorn. She's my budget Hazel. If you do not have Hazel or a Blackhorn, you can use Rosaria here because she will be able to cleanse, heal, and keep on healing. Okay, and she also places a attack down on her basic skill. On her basic skill, she's able to do this. Okay, and as far as her trait is concerned, she gives everybody 10% max health. So at Ascension, she's going to give 20% max health. So I'm automatically getting 20% more max health on everybody, on her, because of her trait. So let's go ahead and quickly look at the dungeon. We'll first do the Queen of Tides one. We'll go there, go to stage 12 and start it. So this is the team that I've set up. This is the gear that I've shown you, and let's go ahead and do auto. So in Queen of Tides up to 12, it's basically you can use a complete poison team to beat Queen of Tides without any problem. But after, when you come to Hell stage, it becomes more difficult using a pure poison team, and at Hell stage 15 and 16, the boss will cleanse herself up if she's got more than 3 debuffs. She will cleanse all the debuff. So at that level, you cannot use any poison team in which other event. But as for a basic level, as long as you're trying to farm your basic gear, your 6-star gear to build your team, you can use this team, and you can use the same team in both Queen of Tide and Ash Magisteria without changing any gear, without having to do anything additional, extra, or super great, just the same thing. I think I did not show the gear of my Tia. I'll show you at the end of the video, where I can show you what her stats are. Or before doing Ash Magisteria, I can show you Tia's gear. Okay, so that will show you what I'm using. You need in Ash Magisteria, you need your Tia to be strong enough to wipe out all the boss minions, the fire imps that is there with the boss, because if you do not take out the fire imps, then the boss is going to deal more damage. So we don't want that to happen as far as Ash Magisteria is concerned. Out here in the in Queen of Tides, I'm first attacking the right minion because he's the one who's healing, so we don't want him to heal the boss. So if you're not using speed farming kind of a composition, then it causes problems. So as you saw there, Rosaria was able to cleanse the stun, and that is why I'm using her here. She has got that cleanse. She only cleanses one single target, but that's sufficient. That's all that you require on this dungeon or in Ash Magisteria, because you're only getting 1 debuff on you, right? So you just need a single target cleanse and someone who can heal you, top you up, and can give you a lot more HP. So that's what I'm using on them. And you can see that I'm using a heal spell and a defense down spell, so I'm able to keep myself completely topped up, and most of the damage is coming through the poisons that Santis is able to place, and Eren is able to get those rage up and get his ultimate done through his trade because of that. And that means you're placing additional poisons on the boss through Santis. So a very synergistic kind of a team where you have got 2 heroes who are constantly placing debuffs, and that helps us to make our team stronger. So let's quickly look at our Tia's stats. So this is her, again, what is happening? So this is her stats. So you can see she's got 4,300 attack, she's got 168 speed and 256 crit damage. So as you are going up, you do need her at this kind of a crit damage here at stage 12. So that she can one-shot the fire imps. If she's not one-shotting the fire imps, if they are alive, then the boss will do extra damage, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so it's better that we get her to be able to one-shot the boss. I have really toned down her. If I give my full gear, she'll be at around 5,500 attack, almost 300 crit damage. That's because I was able to farm quite a lot of average set from Ash Magisteria. So Ash Magisteria gives you average set, and it also gives you Raider set, both of which are very important, very good sets. Dragon Scale set is not so good, but the fact is Dragon Scale sets actually gets better stats. Okay, it rolls really good stat. When I started playing, I saw players always using Dragon Scale set, because when it rolls, it usually rolls good stat, but the other gears, they don't usually roll good stat. So most of the players used to have good Dragon Scale set, but then later on everybody changed to Assassin set. Of course, I have to farm a lot more Assassin set, but as of now we don't have to worry. And since the dungeon mechanics have changed, and as soon as you reach the boss place, everybody's skill cooldowns gets reset, and so we don't have to worry about doing any manuals. The moment you reach the end, you are automatically doing the ultimates of everybody. So here, taking out those fire imps is very important. Without taking out the fire imps, we will not be able to survive the boss's cannon. When he uses the cannon, he just one-shots us. And again, do not have to worry about the bomb here. The bomb has got 3 turns cooldown, so by that time Rosaria should be able to cleanse that bomb, so that's not a problem. Like now, she just cleansed it. So her cleanse and her heal are so crucial over here, and of course we are also able to deal a lot more damage because of those poisons over there. And up to 12, the imps take a 1-turn cooldown before they start hitting, so that's why this team is able to do a lot better at stage 12, because Tia's ultimate will not be, AoE damage 1 will not be always on cooldown. So you know, if it was hell stage, the imp would immediately be hitting us and we will be taking damage and we will not be able to survive. But up to 12, since we have got a 1-turn cooldown on the imps, we are able to do this again and get the imps out of the picture again. In any case, we will not have to worry much, because the poisons and the damage that we are dealing on the boss is sufficient to finish him off. So this was the team that I think, like, which is much more accessible to most of the new players. Okay, so if you have already got a few of the heroes that you can use to synthesize Tia, do not forget to synthesize her. She will be very, very good at Void Tower Hard when the rune mark changes next month. Okay, when the rune mark changes, you can use her as a CC champion, as a AoE damage hitter. She can hit really hard, really good, and she's also naturally fast. So to make her fast enough for the Void Tower is very easy. She, Santis, these are the heroes that are pretty fast, but Santis is not so useful in Void Tower Hard. It depends upon what kind of a rune mark are there. I have used her as well, but yeah, Santis is like absolutely free to play. You have to, okay, you have to synthesize her. If you have not got her, if you do not have enough copy of her, get it as soon as possible. Get her to Ascension 5, and that changes everything for you up to stage 12. So that's it from me. That's what I think like new players should be doing. And since if you already have Eren, this team comp will automatically help you to reach stage 12. Okay, so what do you think about this team comp? Let me know. If you have some suggestions about it, let me know what you think about, think we should be doing, or some other heroes that you want to test out. Please let me know in the comments. I will always be replying back to all my comments. You have seen that on my channel. I've always been replying to everybody's comment. What are your suggestions? Let me know about it. So until the next video, peace, love, and blessings to all of you. See you all. Bye.